I got a new rental car this morning. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, 40. Can we make something? Like, really quick, we just cut something out.
Oh, dude, I have an idea.
Okay.
Dave and I are going to take the truck and trailer. We're going to leave tomorrow morning and we're going to drive to California.
So, on Friday, Dave and Courtney actually went through and they renovated the shop. They hung up all these photos and it actually looks nice when somebody takes some time and buys the right frames for things. Because when I went to buy some frames, this is what happened. We got this excellent shipment here. We should have measured more ahead of time, but also we were on a budget, so I'll give it a little bit of an excuse there. But yeah, it looks really cool. Some guy sent us some awesome banners. Got this one here, huge DD logo here. What's cracking, Mike?
Yeah, you got it.
That was cleaner than the one I had with Tim. That was awesome.
That was pretty good.
How was Canada, bro?
Dude, it was really good. So got to go to Damon's house. Went to August.
Club Fryer.
Yeah, August Luxury Cars. That place is amazing.
Is it bigger than it looks on video?
It's just, I mean, it looks big on video and it's huge in person. And the amount of cars that they have in there and the amount of like dollar value of cars and the cool stuff. It's not just exotics. They've got like...
No, they have a lot of muscle cars there.
Yeah.
Like surprisingly, like for a Canadian dealership, I don't know. I don't even know what that means, to be honest.
Yeah.
But no, it's like they have so many cool... If you go on their website, you'll find a lot of like really sick old muscle cars or trucks and stuff like that. Or like even like odd Euro cars and stuff. It's not just like Ferrari, Lamborghini, whatever. Like they have a lot of really interesting cars on there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, even in the parking lot. Like I was walking around the parking lot because we picked up the trailer from there. There was a Aston Martin DB7.
Oh, that's cool.
Like just sitting in the gravel. Like it must be blown up or something. There was this crazy looking, I don't know what it's called, Liger or something it said on the hood, but it was like a fiberglass shell of a race car body. That looked amazing. I saw a Nissan S15 that was convertible. Like hardtop convertible.
Weird.
So, and then
That's
like
cool.
a bunch of Hummers and like military vehicles and limousines. And it's just like, yeah, there's a GTR just sitting in the parking lot. So, Lotus, like just so many cars, but it was so cool to just walk around and see everything. It was, yeah, August is doing it right for sure because that was a cool place to go visit.
How would you feel if, you know, obviously when Damon and Dave are like, we're going to go get a new car, that also kind of means something for you of like, you're going to be responsible for having to help upgrade the car, develop parts for the car, learning how to do maintenance on whatever the weird thing is that they go out and pick up. How would you feel about if they went back in the direction I want them to go, which is their old JDM space era of like R35, R34s, Integra Type R. So if we went out and we were like, we're going to do a Ferrari V12 in a Supra or something crazy or whatever, right? How would you feel about working on those cars instead of, or like JDM old school cars instead of old exotic cars? Like, are they equally as difficult or what?
Every car has its own quirks. So every chassis is a little bit different, trying to fit different things. And it's all like just a process, right? So it doesn't really matter what the base car that you're starting with is. It's just it all depends. Like, you know, I had 240Zs and Datsun 510s. I actually had a really nice Datsun 510 with a turbo rotary that was like 450 horsepower when I was like 20 that I built. That was wild because it was like 2,100 pounds with 450 horsepower and it was a welded diff. I had some custom Panasports made for it. Like it was really cool, but it was so sketchy. It was so fast. So yeah, I love those old like JDM cars. We did have quite a few discussions when we were up there in Canada about cars we could build, and let me say there is no shortage of ideas that we have right now. We just need to get some money, which Damon is working on, and we'll see what happens. But we have big plans, really, really big plans, and I'm really stoked on the direction we're going. But like you said, it does mean a lot more work for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
V10 NSX coming soon. No.
W12 NSX.
Turbos in the front. What? Yeah, where are we going to put 4 turbos on this? Yeah.
We'd have to get really creative.
That's for sure. It would look a little messy, but it would be cool.
Yeah.
It would sound great when it ran for 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What did you think about the track up there?
The track? Area 27.
27.
Yeah. The track was really cool. It was actually very technical, which I love. I love technical tracks. Yeah, no, it was literally designed by Jacques Villeneuve, an ex-pro driver at Formula One, and they purposefully made it like as difficult as possible.
Yeah.
So there's some long straights, pretty high speed, hard braking zones, fairly tight corners, and then there's a lot of elevation changes and also like undulations in the track. So it's like a double apex up a hill crest. You can only see the first apex, and then it comes up and goes downhill. Camber's changing the whole time. There's some corners that are pretty high speed, like right left, where they actually said that two McLarens got written off by a dealership.
Wow.
Yeah, by the same.
And they say those are easy to drive.
Yeah, but they're fast. They're fast.
That's true. I would imagine if that might be the problem. Is you feel really confident and you're like, oh, I'll just throw it into the corner, and it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, so it's a fast, like pretty fast straightaway with a right that goes up and then a left like over the hill, so it's a blind, but it's pretty open at the top.
Could you jump a car?
You probably could. Yeah, if you hit that inside apex, you could probably get some air there. So they said like guys crash there all the time. I think the chief driving instructor said there was like 36 or 38 cars or something like that have been written off.
That's crazy.
At that track.
That's crazy.
So it was a lot of fun, and yeah, very nice facility. It's very much like a country club style track.
That's cool.
So they don't do a lot of racing there. I think it's like, mostly just like gentleman driving club, kind of open track days for members. But yeah, just like scenery was beautiful, forests, like, the lake. It was a cool spot for sure.
Yeah,
a lot of fun. Couple days, and wish I could have stayed for longer. Maybe we'll go back there again soon. Damon? Yep, that's right. I'm inviting myself back right now.
Now you're here back with the boys in the hot garage.
Back on the grind.
Back on the grind. We don't have power in half of the building.
And a little electrical issues going on. Some sketchy stuff going on over here. But
some of the harder logistical things of like when we come in and we're like, this is the video we need to film today.
Yeah.
Start to finish. Here's what our plan is. Or here's where we need to go. And oftentimes we'll have little hiccups that come up along the way. Because, we got our own things coming on, and things constantly change with us, and things constantly change with other people. So when we're going to go film a video here at 3 o'clock, oh no, can you guys come at 1? I got someone else coming at 3. And you're just like, sure, we got to do all these things.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what was I supposed to do today? Oh yeah, that's right. I was supposed to call this person, have someone come by to fix that, have someone come by to pick this up, or fix these little things. Like right now, we have all of the, we bought a bunch of boxes.
I saw that and started, organizing all the merch.
Did you?
I looked at it. I walked by and I was like, okay, the process has been started, but has not been completed. There's a lot of stuff everywhere right now.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Getting those things done when packages show up. Like right now, we have a few brand deals that are coming up, and the packages were attempted delivery one time. And then they were attempted delivery to the neighbor, and the neighbor told them, oh, hey, they're just around the corner. And then the guy drove away. And we need
FedEx.
Yeah, dude.
Typical FedEx. Guys, what's up with that?
FedEx, guys. Get your things together.
Dude. I've literally had them, like, you watch the FedEx truck drive by, and then I'm waiting for a package, and I'm updating the thing, and it goes, like, unavailable delivery, delivery not available because the client was closed. And we're like, gates open, shops open. Yeah. Dude, he just, like, ran out of time or something, just blew right by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, then it's like, okay, cool. I used to do this all the time when I first started working here at the shop, where that would happen a bunch. And then I'd go down to FedEx and be like, where's my package, yo? And then they'd be like, oh, well, it's still in the truck.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, so when does it come off the truck? I don't know. Yeah. He can try to deliver it again tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, they might come by later today. Like, no, he's not. Like, I know they're not coming by.
FedEx is like, So UPS is very organized because UPS actually owns all their trucks and all the drivers work for UPS, where FedEx, it's contracted out. So it's like this contractor owns this area of, like on the map, they got 12-mile radius or whatever, and that's their area that they deliver. And so they're like subcontractors. So FedEx is like relying on them to do what they're supposed to do. But then you go to the FedEx office and it's like, well, we're not sure. It might be on the truck for a while longer.
Because they're communicating between like them and their contract partners.
Yeah.
I thought that so that's not even like the contractee's office. That's FedEx proper.
Yep.
And then the drivers.
That's why the trucks are always different, and there's so many different. It's like FedEx early AM delivery, and then FedEx regular, and FedEx air but not AM.
Yeah. And
they're all on different trucks. Where UPS is like
I'll watch like 5 different FedEx trucks coming here through the day, and I'm like,
it's pretty
seems like you have a route.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I don't know.
Yeah, delivery services.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
We just ordered some camera gear, and every time I order something that's not from like Amazon or eBay, I always realize that it's not normal to get things next day.
Yeah, it feels like 10 years ago.
Yeah, because you're like, oh yeah, I just got some sick camera gear. I can't wait to use it. When does it come? 10 days. Oh,
yeah, so
with 1 day
now.
of processing, and then it'll show up. The cool thing is when it usually takes so long, it actually shows up with like USPS. USPS is always solid, so it's like it gets there. The guy will bring it by and stand out front for 30 minutes if you're not there. It's like, oh, are you here? Because
a bit more personable.
Yeah, postmen they're just good people. Yeah. It's like firefighters. You're like, everyone likes firefighters.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, man? We gotta get a righteous dap here.
Righteous what?
A righteous dap.
Okay. Ow!
That was a good dap.
Good morning.
Good morning. That's what you get. What's up, Tim? What's up, bro? How was your weekend?
It was okay. How about yours?
It was fun. What did you do?
I heard you got a new car.
I did get a new car. I got a new rental car this morning. I hate it. I hate it. I have a Chevy Spark now. I had an Ioniq Hyundai before, which was I really liked that actually. I really like the Ioniq. The Spark, I hate the Spark. Now, the Spark would be perfectly fine if I was maybe 7 or 8 inches shorter. But I just don't have any room in the car. Let's go outside. Let's go check it out. Come on, Tim. Like, I have very, very little room inside of the car. First thing is, I realized when I got here I don't have power locks, or they refuse to give me the fob. So I gotta come around here. Which isn't that big of a deal. I mean, most cars have this, but... Oh.
They really downgraded you, didn't they?
Dude, for real. This is a punishment. Honestly, I believe it's a punishment. I got a car, my previous car, I got for a 10-day rental. And I didn't return it for 31 days. And they never called me or sent me an email or anything. I just never returned it because I really liked the car. And I didn't want to get another rental car like this one, or the one I had before this, which is the Honda Accent. I like the Ioniq, and I didn't want this, but maybe they kept this one just for me for when I brought it back.
They probably got a little upset.
The guy on the phone was not happy. He was not happy. I was like, hey, is there any chance that I might be able to just because he was like, you have to come in, we have to redo your contract. I was like, okay, just do e-sign or something. He's like, no, you have to come in. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll come in pretty soon. He's like, you got to come in soon. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll come in soon. He's like, when can you come in? I'm like, oh, I'll just come by tomorrow morning. So then I got there and I sat around and waited for this car to get finished and all this stuff. But the people that were there that night, whoever called me on the phone, you were probably about as mad as you should be. I'm not gonna lie.
So you returned the car late and with the check engine light.
Okay. So the Ioniq has a fault. If the Ioniq, it's a hybrid car. So if I was sitting in the in-and-out drive-thru. This is no lie. I'm not trying to make anything up. I'm sitting in the in-and-out drive-thru, and it's all electric power the entire time. The electric battery died while I was in the drive-thru. It was a long line. and then the check engine light goes on. I try and go. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I've seen this has happened one other time before when I sat in an hour of traffic on the 405. I'm like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. It'll go away in a day or two. This was what was weird. This was the safety concern to me. I step on it, like I pull up to a stop sign, complete stop, brake check, one guy goes. I press on the gas, doesn't go. It just kind of lurches and rolls. I'm like, that's sketchy.
Yeah.
And then like, tick, 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 the motor kicks in and then brings me across. But I rolled through the stop sign, like in the middle. After like, dude, I didn't like that. Because imagine you're at like an intersection or something like that. That was kind of weird. So yeah, here we are with the good old Chevy Spark. Let's hop in.
What is it doing? What's happening?
I don't know.
Oh, it stopped. I mean, it worked.
Okay. I don't like that.
I mean, it's not even a smart key. How does it know that you're breaking in?
I don't know. But what I do know is if you want to come around, I can barely get the key in with my knee here.
Mark, there's no room in this thing.
Dude, come on, you can squeeze it in here.
I'm not even a tall guy.
Oh my goodness. So, there are a few things that I don't like about the Chevy Spark. And again, I think all of these problems are just because I'm tall. That's all it is. If I was shorter, like Tim.
I don't know. I'm touching the roof when I sit up normally.
Okay. One thing I like that it has a real handbrake. I don't necessarily love the ones that are down by the foot. I like having the one up here. Personal preference. I don't like that my keys are up against my knee. That's not fun. All right, here we go. Go for a little cruise. It's not a Chevy Cruise, though. That's a different car. So sometimes, right, I'm like, all right, I'm chilling. Let me just relax my knee here. And then here's what happens. It kicks over into the low mode. Because if I just put my knee over, then it, see it presses over there. That's not good. So my knee is either here, pressed into low mode, or I try and like set it on top of the shifter and wrap it up like a python in my knee. Or I drive with my knees on the steering wheel, which then you might be like, you're an idiot, just bring up the steering wheel. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, that's right. It's up. So that's my problems right now. But you know, it's a pretty fun car. I like that it has a handbrake. That's a nice aspect. But I'll just have to get used to it. My car should be done soon, so this is just getting me even more excited to get back into the Civic. But for now, we're gonna be ripping around on that Chevy Spark Life. Over the weekend, I went over to the body shop and dropped off my original Honda stock wheels for the Type R and brought them over there so that way it has something to roll around on. I need to get the TEs repaired. So, you know, the car is rolling. The suspension's in the car. It's like repaired. And now, hold on. Let's go. 40. Yeah, so the suspension's repaired. Tomorrow, they say tomorrow, probably the next day. After that, it'll get the alignment finished, and then I'll get all the tow done. I'm going full stance for you guys. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so all of the alignment will be done for the car. That's super exciting. And then I'm going to take the car from there. I'm going to actually drive it. I'm so excited. I haven't driven this car in literally, I think it's been 8 weeks now. It's been 8 weeks or so since the accident.
So you've paid 2 months worth of
it's
car.
nuts. It's nuts. It's like, you know, it's not crazy expensive, but I've been getting the cheapest cars they have. There are nicer rental cars, but at the same time, it's like I don't need to love what I'm driving for now. because I know once the Civic's finished, I'm gonna dump a bunch of money into that car. I want to get a new inlet pipe. I want to get a new blow-off valve for it. I think I'm gonna keep the stock air filter because it's legal.
I mean, you can always get the filter for your stock box.
That's true.
If
But
you want to be cool.
yeah, so I'm super excited because the car should be done here pretty soon. So I'm going to drive it for the first time in 2 months from the body shop over to Honda, and I'm going to drop it off with them because the body shop is only worried about the bodywork. I asked them certain questions about the car, and they're like, I don't know. We haven't looked at that. We haven't looked at that.
Where are we going, by the way?
So, I asked them all these questions, and they were only worried about the bodywork, which is fair. It's a body shop, sure. And then they sent us to a suspension place after the bodywork was finished, when they knew from the jump that the suspension was going to need to get fixed.
Where are we going? I feel unsafe in this car.
So, they got the suspension done. They got the bodywork done. The car looks good. It's like, visually, looks brand new. That's super exciting. Sorry, I gotta overtake here. That's super exciting. But
How come the passenger seat goes back further than the driver's seat? Have you noticed that?
But my problem is, if there is any damage to the diff, to the transmission, because the wheel has a huge gash out of it coming this way. I'm driving forward at 40 miles an hour, and all of a sudden the wheel just gets stuffed, like stop. So I just want someone to look at it, right?
It's hot. There's no AC back here.
I really love that car, and it looks the part. I just got to make sure it's still going to drive the part, and it's not going to fall apart on me in 10,000 miles. That would be the worst thing. So
We almost got killed by a minivan, by the way.
I would much rather, have to wait another couple days, be a little bit more patient, and then get the car, bring it to Honda. They'll measure everything up, check all the fluids, all the junk, and just make sure, they're going to write off and say, hey, the car looks good. So that way, in the future, if anything does ever happen, I can be like, well, they said the car was fine. Obviously, there's these issues and whatnot. But, yeah, I just want to make sure that, I'm good to go. I don't want to have to keep worrying about it. Cake pops, guys? Should we get Mike something?
Yeah.
Do you know what he wants?
I'm trying to remember.
Hey there, what can we get for you?
Hi, one moment, please.
You got it.
Call him up, Mark. Call him on your new infotainment system that is for some reason blanked out.
Yo.
Hey, Mike, do you want anything from Starbucks?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Mike, I'm being held hostage in the back of a Chevy Spark.
To what?
Mark,
Hi, can I have the brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso and a grande?
Grande brown sugar shaken.
And then, do you guys have the bacon Gouda sandwich today?
We ran out of those. I have
Can,
a double smoked bacon.
can I have one of those, please?
Okay.
Do you have order for yourself?
can I get a caramel ribbon frap? How many days are you gonna keep this one this time?
Dude, hopefully. My guess is, if all goes well, Honda told me that they can start working on it right away if they get it before noon. So my hope is to go to the body shop on Thursday, pick up the car. I was hoping to take my TEs in here. I don't know if I'm getting a full set of wheel and tire in this car. Like, I can't. I'll have to put one in the front, though.
Yeah, you put one in the passenger seat, one in the seat, one in the seat.
One on
and
my
then
lap.
Maybe one in the trunk.
Yeah, I think I could probably get... Oh, I don't know. They're wide. They're like... I don't think it'll fit in the trunk.
Well, maybe you'll have to put one on the roof. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll put the damaged one on the roof. Oh, that's cool. Aston Martin.
Jason!
Yeah, Jason and PFS for you. I do. Those are cool cars. I'm not a huge Aston guy, but they're definitely really well designed. They look cool.
Those
Sound
would be
cool.
a lot cooler with a V12.
Oh, sure. You can get the, whatchamacallit, the Vantage V12 for fairly cheap, the older ones. I mean, fairly, for a V12 cheap, compared to anything else. But, yeah, cool cars. But, yeah, I'm hoping to take the car from the body shop to Honda on Thursday, drop it off. They start working on it on Thursday. everything up, give it a glance, work on it on Friday and Saturday. I pick the car up Monday morning. That's my hope. I got this till Monday. Obviously, it seems that if you don't return it on the day you say you need to, it's not that big of a deal. They're not going to send the repo after you. But
They'll just get angry on the phone.
yeah, I can deal with that. But yeah, I mean, I can get it extended if I need to. But I'd really like to start next week off shifting around and misshifting again and grinding gears in my Civic Type R.
In your brand new transmission, hopefully.
No. Well, yeah, I mean, I just hope they open everything up. All the O-rings are fine, and we're just like golden.
So what happens if they open it up and they're like, oh no, first gear is exploded?
Well, we're gonna have to rebuild the transmission, buy a new one. It is what it is. I want the car to be perfect. You know, it has 30,000 miles on it, which, you know, it's not like for a supercar, it's like, well, this car's miles, but for a Honda, it's nothing. So, you know, I'd like to be able to drive that car and keep that car, you know, probably forever. They're no longer making that car, you know. That was the last year of that generation, and it means a lot to me. So, worked really. Did you just litter?
No, the door opened.
Did you just litter?
The door opened and now it's locked.
What? Yeah, I'd like to be able to keep that car forever. So, if the transmission will ever have issues, I'd rather get it fixed today than have to worry about it in a couple of years or something like that. If it has a shorter life because of the trauma. So, yeah, hopefully I can start the car next week and bring it home. That'd be really nice. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's 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 go. 40.
I thought we were doing an unofficial 0 to 60 test.
We just did. Oh, I wouldn't go to 60. That'd be over the speed limit. Tim.
Ah!
This isn't as bad. I think I gotta drive like this from now on. I feel like the this is so terrible. I feel like the hamsters and the Kia Soul back in the day. Do you remember those commercials?
I feel like my knee is your lumbar.
Dude, it is. Come on, give me a little massage.
Ow, my knee hurts. Let me out.
So, Mike, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Because our parts aren't going to be here for another 10, 12 days.
For the cameras and phones. And,
yeah, you know, all the gear that we bought for the camera gear. And if it's coming with FedEx, it might not be here for a few weeks.
Yep.
Can we make something? Like, really quick, we just cut something out? Because the rock form case is magnetic.
Yeah.
So you could just, like, stick some, like what?
So, yeah. So we could make, like, a plate that goes on here.
Yeah.
And then it has, like, a little 90-degree bend on the bottom. And we can, like, either weld a tube to it or put, like, a selfie stick or whatever, like, thread it into there.
Could we do something like this, comes out underneath, goes up, goes like that, and then hole here in the side, hole here in the side.
Yep.
My drawing is...
Oh, dude. I have an idea.
Okay.
I think it's in the dark over here since we stole the... I'm looking for the steering wheel that came out of the Evo 2 race car. What if you make something and you're not like literally holding a race car steering wheel to film with?
Here, you can have this, by the way. I signed it for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna hang this up on the wall right here.
Yeah, dude. What do you think about the art?
It's like the artwork at my house on the fridge that my kids do. That was Marc's first painting.
Dude, I was killing the turkey ham when I was a kid. That was fun. It was sitting in here for a super long time.
Yeah, I know it was. And then we had those two.
That would be crazy.
But where's the flat one? That's like the...
Is it upstairs? Hey, Tim. Do you know where the steering wheel is for the Evo 2 race car?
The old one?
Yes.
I have no idea.
So not very helpful.
I saw like a column in the.
Yeah, there's a column over there.
The column would be a little too much.
Yeah, it's a little heavy. Go upstairs?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so here's all the merch that we were talking about. Getting that sorted out. We bought a whole bunch of boxes at Home Depot.
Yeah.
And while we were starting to buy them, we were starting to film. And this guy grabbed the boxes we were about to buy.
Yeah.
And then like was about to put them in his cart. While we were filming, it was just like, oh yeah, and then here's where the boxes that we set out, buddy. Like, you know, he was a nice guy.
Somebody already got them ready for me to get.
Exactly. He was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I needed 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got some race car stuff. Let's see over there.
By the way, you may notice the Type R wheels are gone. That's right. At a body shop.
So guys, we're on a new social media app called Vero, and I don't remember what the tag is. Do you remember what it is? Is it Daily Driven Exotics?
Daily Driven Exotics. Okay. I'm also on there too. Marc SM. Hit me up.
I have not started a Vero account yet, but I'm going to now. But if you guys want to see like a tour of what's up here and actually like talk about all these parts and how much they're actually worth, guys, go and download Vero, and we will have exclusive content there. So we're gonna go through all this stuff and talk about the insane amount of money just sitting up here in the rafters, just kind of out of sight, out of mind. So make sure you guys check that out. Download the app. It's really cool.
One cool thing on there is you can really add, you can like show and like post the songs that you're listening to and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mike's a good music listener. I don't know what I'm saying.
I have
Mike
a very
likes good music.
eclectic taste of music, all kinds of stuff. So
I
a lot
went
of
to
variety.
Mike's shop and he was listening to Handsome Boy Modeling School, and I knew that we would be friends.
And that's the day that we knew that we were best friends forever.
Pew.
Huh?
Do you have your papers on you?
Do you have a passport? Flipped over and slid and blocked the highway completely and spilled avocados like for a mile down the hill. No, but we crashed.